Have you considered using project portfolios in Standard Time to collect intelligence on a group or portfolio level rather than at the individual project level? Now, that's the topic of this video. You are looking at the Standard Time timesheet right now, and you see a list of projects that are assigned to this employee. And as employees enter hours against these projects, you are collecting project intelligence in the background. And one of the areas of that intelligence is in the form of project portfolios. So let's take a look at how Standard Time would support that. Let's start by going to the Tools menu, choose Projects. I'm going to click on a project, and then click in the Portfolio field over on the right-hand side. You can see that this is a drop-down field which allows me to choose a project portfolio for each project. As I click on the projects on the left-hand side, you can see that the portfolio is changing. Now, the portfolios are optional, so you don't have to have one. This particular project has no portfolio. But if you're using project portfolios, you can click in the field here, click the ... button, and you will see a little dialog box that allows you to create new project portfolios and then assign those to your projects. You should think of project portfolios exactly like investment portfolios. We invest in mutual funds, stocks, bonds, precious metals, other investments because we believe that they will yield a return in the future. And so our special mix of investments are called portfolios. And this is exactly the same way that projects are handled in the business world. You invest in projects, you expect a certain return on investment, and the special mix of investment in those projects is your portfolio management. So now that you know how to assign a portfolio to each of your projects, let me show you 3 ways to report on that. The first way would be to go in here to the management section and look at a pie chart. Now, this particular chart shows the past performance for all of your project portfolios. As I browse my mouse over these slices of the pie, you can see that development projects brings in about 38%, so it is the largest contributor to your revenue. Next one would be capitalization at about 28%. So as you look at each of the slices of the pie, you can see how your project portfolios are performing on a historical basis. Now again, these project portfolios will have many projects inside of them, so you're looking at a higher level than down at the individual project level. Now that we have looked at past performance, there is a way to actually look out into the future for future performance. So let's go to the View menu, choose Project Revenue. And here we're looking at all the project revenue out into the future. We're actually looking at it for all projects. You see a flat list of all your projects here. Now I could, if I wanted to, go and pick a particular project here, and you would see the revenue for that project only. But you can also click this little icon here, and that changes the drop down so that you can now pick a portfolio. So as I pick the portfolios here from the list, you can see the revenue that would come from those particular portfolios. So this allows you to compare the revenue against other portfolios and see how they will perform. The last way that I'll show you is in the View menu in Project Resource Allocation. And here I'm looking at the hours that are scheduled or allocated to a particular employee or group of employees. And again, I'm looking at all projects. If I click this icon as we did before, we can now change the drop down so that we can look at the resource allocation by portfolio. So as you pick the portfolios from the list, you now can see resource allocation for individual portfolios of projects. So those are just a few ways for you to collect intelligence and process or analyze that on a group level or higher level than at the individual project level.